Hello, 6th graders. This is Miss Nickley. I'm going to take you through text clues plus your background knowledge as a reading strategy to help you when identifying inferences in your independent reading books. Alright, some of this is a review, so I am going to skip through to the actual formula. So thinking about it this way, actually, go back. Think. You can figure out what a character is feeling or learn about a new kind of person a character is by relying on what you know about people in real life. So 3 things to think about. Actually 2 will get you to your inference. So what do you know about the character? This is your text clue. So this is coming right from your book when you're reading about your character. It doesn't need to be your main character, but it does help if you pick your protagonist. And then adding that to what does this make you think about in your own life. So taking text clues plus your background knowledge, these 2 things right here are going to lead you to an idea, which is your inference. So what ideas are you having now? Start with so I think. This is your inference. Again, this is kind of like a conclusion you've come to or an educated guess based on what you've read and your own opinion. For those math people, think of it as a reading strategy formula. So text clues plus background knowledge equals your inference. So you take what it says and what you know, so you think. And you can even set it up like that if you were to type it. It says this in the text, and I know this to be true about whatever is happening, the human condition maybe. So I think. Alright. So just quick practice, we'll do a couple of these. So if the text says, the last time I'd seen Dad I was 6 and Billy was 2. So I'm taking what the text says, and my own personal background is, wow, that was a long time to go without seeing. It's been like 6 years since Liberty has seen her dad. Maybe the dad doesn't want to be a part of their life. Maybe Liberty doesn't want to be part of his life. This kind of, I have a negative connotation when I read this because it makes me sad that the dad hasn't been a part of their life. And then I start to have wonderings about him. Is he a good dad? Is he a dad that's very absent? So it comes to the inference that, you know, there's something wrong here with the relationship between the dad, Liberty, and Billy. There isn't a strong relationship, and I think that is going to drive the story. Okay, let's try another one. So the text says, you'll be living in your camper, she asked, her eyes wide. Knowing right away when I read her eyes wide, I can picture what people's facial expressions looks like in my head when I see their eyes wide, like, oh my gosh, and I think shock. So I think of that because of what I'm reading in the text and what I know to be true when I think of someone's eyes wide in real life, that they may be kind of disapproving, kind of shocked, surprised, and they're asking a question. So it's almost like a clarifying question. It sounds like they know, but they're clarifying to like, okay, is that really what you're going to do? Let's try it one more time. The text says, it will be fine. She patted my arm. She steered me towards him and put her arm around Billy, smiling too big. You guys are really going to love getting acquainted after all these years. So looking at the text, when I think smiling too big, that seems very forced. So I'm wondering, okay, why is Julie, this is the character talking, why is she forcing this? She's kind of being elaborate or over the top about it. And it's almost like she's trying to reassure Liberty that everything's going to be fine. It makes me wonder, does Julie really think everything's going to be fine? Is she nervous? So I'm starting to have this inference, and I'm starting to have these wonderings, okay, I don't think that this is she's totally sold on this idea, but she's trying to play it up as if it'll be fine. She literally steers Liberty towards the dad, alright? And you guys are going to love really getting acquainted after all these years. I think Billy and Liberty are excited, but for Julie to come out and then say that and really push it, it just seems very forced. So to me, my inference is that Julie has some hesitations about how this is going to go, but she wants it to go so well because these girls kind of got dropped on her. even though she cares for them, but she's a single woman living alone. So she wants this to go well. So she's just trying to really smooth over everything. So again, this is the reading strategy, taking your text clues, my background knowledge, and then this leads me to an inference. For those who want to put it in sentence frames, think it says, I know, so I think. So I think is really your inference. And you can work backwards. You're like, so I think this, Miss Nicolay. This is my background knowledge, and this is what it says in the text, and this is what led me here. All right. Thanks for watching.